Welcome students. So in this video we are going to see the introduction of unit 4, and the first topic of unit 4 is temperature measurement. Let us enter into video.
U.com.
Okay, this is a unit 4. Unit 4 title is measurement of non-electrical parameters. So measurement of non-electrical parameters. What is electrical parameters? What is non-electrical parameters? Electrical parameters in the sense that is a voltage and current. That is an electrical parameter. In our first unit we have studied different electrodes and biopotentials. The biopotential is a electrical parameter of human body. So brain waves, heart waves, these are the electrical parameter. The ECG, EEG, these are the electrical parameters of heart and brain respectively. Okay, so in unit 4 we are going to study how to measure non-electrical parameters. What are the non-electrical parameters? So the parameter related to some physical quantities such as pressure, velocity, that means flow, then temperature, etc. Okay, so in this unit we are going to study first one the temperature measurement, second one the respiration rate and pulse rate measurement, third blood pressure measurement, that is in two types, that is a indirect method and a direct method. Okay, then blood flow measurement, blood pressure is different, blood flow is different. Okay, then cardiac output measurement, that is heart performance measurement, then dilution indicator. Okay, then dilution method, ultrasound blood flow measurement. Okay, in unit 4 we are going to study the non-electrical quantities such as temperature, blood pressure, then blood flow measurement. These are the major measurement we are going to study in unit 4. Okay, right. So first we are going to see the recap. That's in the last class we were studied that unit 3, that is a signal conditioning circuits. So in that impedance matching circuit, isolation amplifier, then filter, etc. Okay, so that is completely related to the electrical parameter measurements. Okay, right. So here we are going to study, that is we are going to study the measurement of temperature. Actually this session is we are going to study the temperature measurement of human body. Okay, right. So the objective of this session is to study the measurement of temperature in human body. Okay, that is an important thing. Next, the basis of recording system. Okay, actually the temperature measurement is one of the indicator of general well-being. Okay, actually the basic recording system, that means the temperature measurement system, is one of the indicator of general well-being. Okay, so human body temperature is very important thing. So the temperature is very important thing because that is indicates the human body status. Okay, whether the human body is in normal or in abnormal condition, that is first measured by the temperature. So nowadays during the corona periods, so in a check post and a bus stand or a railway station, whatever maybe, they are used to measure the temperature only. Okay, the temperature indicate the human body status. Okay, whether he is affected by some other things, just like a corona or fever or any other thing. Okay, so in order to find the human is normal or not, so first step is to measure the temperature of human body. Okay, right. So the human body temperature measurement is divided into two types. First one is systematic temperature and another one is a surface temperature. Okay, so we will study one by one. First we are going to see the systematic temperature. What is systematic temperature? It is a temperature of internal region of human body. The systematic temperature is the temperature of internal region of human body. Internal region means the internal part of the human body. Okay, so how the heat is generated? The heat is generated by the active tissues. Okay, the heat is generated by active tissues. Okay, so heat is lost by the body to environment. The heat is generated by the internal active tissues. This heat is lost by the environment. Okay, surrounding area. Okay, so the normal mouth temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so normal mouth temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Why we are saying mouth temperature? Because if you are measuring human body temperature, first thing is the nose measuring the temperature from our mouth. That means below our tongue or in our arm. Okay, so underarm. So these two things are important place to measure the temperature. Okay, right? So the normal mouth temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. That is a normal human. And the normal underarm temperature, that means underarm means that is this area. Okay, right? So the underarm temperature is 1 degree less than normal mouth temperature. Normal mouth temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, means underarm temperature is 36 degree temperature. This is a normal human being. If the temperature is more than 37, so that patient is affected by some other disease. Very basic example is that is a fever. Why fever is coming? If our body health is not good or the body health is poor, means fever is initially started. Okay, right? So so the fever is the indicator. It is not a disease. Okay, so the fever is indicated by the temperature. The temperature range is more than that 37 degrees Celsius, then the human is affected by some other problems. Okay, right? So the brain is the temperature control center of the body. Okay, the brain is used to control the temperature of our human body. That is in the normal persons. But if the person is affected by some other things, that is just like a some fevers. Okay, so the time the brain that cannot control the body temperature. Okay, so body temperature is automatically increases. Okay, right? So this is a systematic temperature. Then surface temperature. Surface temperature means the temperature measured over the skin of the human body. Okay, right? So it is a skin temperature. It is a function of the surface circulation environmental temperature, the air circulation around the area. Then first we are going to see the systematic body temperature measurement. Okay, so systematic measurement. So first one, the basic method is mercury thermometer. So in hospital, the nurse using the mercury thermometer to measure the temperature. First we enter into hospital. Okay, right? But nowadays the mercury thermometer is replaced by the digital thermometer. Okay, right? So same as set of mercury thermometer, it is looking like almost the same, but it is a digital thermometer. Okay, so the mercury thermometer is used to measure the systematic temperature. It is inexpensive to use. Okay, it is low cost instrument. Okay, right? So how it is measured? Okay, so we will see in video later. Okay, how they are measuring the temperature. Okay, right? So here the mercury thermometer has some mercury that is increase. The mercury is extended when the temperature is increases. According to the extended level, we can measure the temperature over the scale present in a mercury thermometer. Okay, right? So this is one of the method. For continuous measurement, the thermocouple is used. Okay, the mercury thermometer is used to measure the temperature at some particular time. Okay, but if you want to measure the temperature in continuous manner, means so we are using thermocouple. Okay, so thermocouple is a instrument that is used to measure the temperature in continuous manner. So the structure of thermocouple is dissimilar metals produce output voltage. The junction, it is connected, two different metals are connected each other. At the junction it will create some output voltage. That voltage is proportional to the temperature at the junction. Okay, so that is a thermocouple. Okay, so the thermocouple is used to measure the temperature in continuous manner during the time of some other operations and some critical areas. Okay, but nowadays the thermocouples are replaced by some other digital instruments that is measure the temperature in continuously, and it is display the value in the form of numbers. Okay, that is a digital instruments. Then next one we are going to see the thermistor. So already we have a knowledge about the resistor. Okay, so resistor, just having the resistance. The thermistor is also one of the resistance, but the resistance is vary with respect to temperature. So thermal plus resistor, that is called thermistor. Thermal resistor, it is also called as thermal resistor. So this device resistance is change when the temperature change. Okay, it is a temperature sensing device. Okay, its resistance is varies with the temperature. So this is mostly preferred in biomedical field compared with the thermocouple. Okay, so thermocouple is somewhat inaccurate and its size is very large, but thermistor size is very small. So that thermistor can be manufactured in any shape. Okay, so it is very smaller size and we can manufacture in any shape, so that we can measure the temperature in any part of the human body without any disturbance to the patients. Okay, right. So it is a temperature sensing device. So the resistance of the thermistors vary with respect to temperature. Okay, so the relation between temperature and the resistance is non-linear relations. Okay, it is not a linear, it is a non-linear. Okay, see the equation. So the RT1 equal to R naught e power b into T1 1 by T1 minus 1 by T naught. Okay, so the above relation is the relationship between the resistance change and temperature. T1 is the resistance at T1. What is T1? T1 is the temperature at which measurement is made. Okay, T naught is the reference temperature. Okay, so RT1 is the resistance at temperature T1. Okay, resistance at temperature T1, or T naught is the resistance at temperature T naught. T naught is the reference temperature, T1 is the temperature we are going to measure. Okay, so according to this relation we can find the temperature by using some other formulas. Okay, so the special circuits are used to overcome the nonlinear characteristics of thermistors. Actually the thermistor it's looking like a ceramic capacitor. Two lines are present. So, but we cannot measure the temperature just thermistor alone. So the thermistor is connected with some other circuits, amplifier and converter, etc. Okay, so that special circuits that is used to overcome the nonlinear characteristics of thermistor. Okay, so the nonlinear characteristics is overcome by some special circuits, amplifier, pre-amplifier, amplifier, then filter, etc. Okay, the special circuit consists of two matched thermistors. Okay, it consists of two matched thermistors, then only thermistors. Okay, so then only they can remove the nonlinear characteristics of the measuring unit. Okay, right. Then problem associated with the thermistors. So the problem is self-heating is very important problem in thermistor. What is self-heating? So automatically heat is increased according to the room temperature or some other external conditions, or some improper driving voltage, etc. So it heated automatically, so it shows the wrong value. Okay, so self-heating is very important problem in thermistor. This is an important problem. It's a very important 2-mark question. So it overcome by limiting current used in the measurement. So if you are using a very high current in the circuit, that automatically increase the heat of the thermistor, so that shows the wrong value. So to overcome that, we are limiting the current used in the measurement. Then power dissipation of the thermistor is maintained by milliwatts. So if the current is reduced, means power dissipation is also reduced. So the power dissipation of the thermistor is maintained in milliwatts, very low power dissipation. Then only you can measure the accurate value. If the most of the power dissipation is in the form of heat. So generally power dissipation means the power is wasted in the form of heat. So power dissipation high means the thermistor self-heating is also high. So self-heating high means it shows the wrong value. Okay, so in order to produce the correct temperature value, the thermistor should be in very cool condition. Okay, that means there is the thermistor does not any that does not produce should not produce any heat itself, that is a self-heating. Okay, so if you be a normal thermistor, then the power dissipation should be very less, that is maintained in milliwatts. Okay, the thermistor probe should be chosen correctly based on resistor range and sensitivity, because the thermistor change the resistance value according to the temperature change. So if we are using the thermistor is a smaller device that is connected by wires. Okay, so the probe is very important. That is depends on resistance range and sensitivity. So some other wires or probes having some resistance, that resistance is added with the thermistor resistance that increase the temperature level. Okay, it will produce a wrong answer. Okay, then sensitivity is also important. The wire should be high sensitivity, then only we can measure the accurate value. Okay, so these are the important consideration while we are making the temperature measurement by using thermistor. Okay, right. Then next one, we are going to see the skin temperature measurement. The skin temperature, already we told that the temperature over the surface of the human body. Okay, the skin temperature is not constant throughout the body. Okay, the skin temperature is not constant because the skin temperature is depends on the environmental condition. If you are present in a very cool place, at the time our body skin temperature is very less, that some of the area is exposed to some environmental conditions. For example, consider our face. Our face is some heat is very low because the face heat is somewhat low because that is exposed to environmental condition. The environmental heat is or surrounding heat is very less, means the skin over the face is very less. That means the skin temperature over the face is very less. Okay, right. So the skin temperature completely depends on surrounding temperature. Okay, so that we see that the skin temperature is not constant throughout the body. It is varied from 30 to 35 degree Celsius in different places. The skin temperature measurement from specific location on the body are frequently made by using small flat thermistor probe tapped to the skin. So skin temperature is measured from some specific location on the body are frequently made by using small flat thermistor probes tapped to the skin. So the small thermistor probe is connected with the skin. It is just like a sticker that is placed over the skin, then that having a small wires, that wires is connected with the temperature measurement instruments. Okay, so this is a small thermistor wire. Okay, right. Actually probe with thermistor. Actually this is a thermistor. This is a thermistor. So the end part is a thermistor. The thermistor is in different shape. Okay, so this is looking like a some shape. This is a rectangle, this is a circle, etc. Okay, so according to the requirement we can use a different type of thermistors. Then other end of the probe is connected with an amplifier, so that it will convert that resistance value into some voltage that is displayed in the digital value. Okay, so this is a skin temperature measurement. Then next one is a infrared thermometer. Infrared thermometer, it is a device used to measure the skin surface temperature. So it is used to locate breast cancer. Okay, so actually this is one of the method that is used to measure the skin temperature. Actually this method is mainly used to find the breast cancer. It is also used to identify the spots in which the blood circulation is poor. Okay, infrared means that is a we cannot see that infrared wave. Okay, that is looking like a red wave. Okay, so this wave is mostly used in infrared LEDs. Okay, so in our remote we are using, and the remote is fully function based on infrared LED. So that that LED produce one wave that cannot see. Okay, based on the wave, this device is operated, this thermometer is operated. Okay, right. So that is used to measure the skin temperature. Then thermovision. So thermovision means it is a scanner that is used to measure the body temperature in different places. Okay, so it is a scanner that operates at rate sufficiently high to permit the image to be shown in real time on oscilloscope. So thermal image, so actually in movies or in other media we saw the thermal image that is looking like a green color, yellow color, red color. Okay, so the temperature is the image color is depends on the temperature range. Okay, so that is a thermovision. It is a scanner that operates at rate sufficiently high to permit the image to be shown in real time on oscilloscope. It has 100 vertical lines and 100 horizontal lines for frame. One single frame contain 100 vertical lines and 100 horizontal line. What is frame? So that is in oscilloscope we are consider the frame. A single frame means that frame can display the image by using 100 vertical lines and 100 horizontal line. As like in our camera we are measuring the image quality by pixel. Okay, but same way in analog devices, the oscilloscope that display the image, that display image is considered by the some lines, that is a vertical lines and horizontal lines. Okay, so the intensity of measured infrared radiation is reproduced in oscilloscope. So actually thermovision just produce the infrared rays over the human body, then some rays are passing throughout the human body, some rays are reflected, so are reproduced. Okay, so that according to the reflected or produced waves, it will generate some image, that is image is called thermal image. Okay, right. Certain portion of the grayscale can be enhanced to bring out special features of this picture. Okay, the picture shows the temperature level in the form of some colors. Okay, so this is a thermovision. Next one is a thermograph. So it is a device with infrared thermometer incorporated into scanner. Okay, so that the entire surface of the body is scanned but much slower. So it has the infrared thermometer incorporated into scanner. So this thermograph is actually thermal plus graph. So it is produce some graphical representation of temperature of human body. So then the entire surface of the body is scanned, but it's slower, it produce output is very slower. Okay, while scanner scan the body, the infrared energy is measured. Intensity of the light beam produce a map on photographic paper. So it produce a map on photographic paper. So according to the some rules, the temperature is measured by using the thermograph. Okay, right. So these are the surface temperature measurement. Okay, actually the surface temperature measurement many types are there. First one is that is infrared thermometer, then thermovision, then thermograph. Okay, now we can see some the video that is used to how to measure the temperature in different ways. Okay, right, let us enter into video.
I'm going to show you 6 different ways on how to check a temperature. First, let's talk about what is a normal body temperature. In the adult, it can vary anywhere between 97 degrees to 99 degrees Fahrenheit, with the average about 98.6. In a child, it can also vary anywhere between 97.4 to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And anything greater than 100.4 is considered a fever in both the adult and child. The first way we're going to check a temperature is through the mouth, so orally. And you can do this one of 2 ways. You can use a digital thermometer, which is most commonly used, or you can use a glass thermometer, which really isn't used as much because they can break. So let me show you first how to use this glass thermometer. Before taking an oral temperature, you want to make sure that the person hasn't consumed anything. And if they have, wait about 15 minutes before taking the temperature. So what you want to do is you want to perform hand hygiene and don gloves. Anytime you're taking an oral temperature, you may be encountering oral secretions, so you want to prevent yourself from getting contaminated. Then you want to make sure your thermometer is clean. So clean it with alcohol prep and let it dry. Now with glass thermometers, you have to pay attention to where the liquid is on the reading scale. If it is above 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, you will have to take your wrist and flick the thermometer down for that fluid to go below 98.6 degrees. Once the fluid in the thermometer is below that point, you'll want to insert the thermometer in a probe cover just to protect the thermometer from being contaminated anymore. And then take the thermometer and insert it in the patient's mouth. Have the patient lift up their tongue and put it underneath the tongue. Okay, keep it close. And wait for 3 minutes and then remove the thermometer. Once the time's up, you'll take the thermometer out of the patient's mouth and read the thermometer. Then what you'll want to do is remove the probe cover, clean your thermometer with alcohol prep or whatever your facility wants you to clean it with, doff your gloves, perform hand hygiene, and document the temperature, especially the route. Now let me show you how to check an oral temperature using a digital thermometer. Of course, what you want to do first is perform hand hygiene and don gloves. And make sure you're working with a clean thermometer, so always clean it with alcohol prep. Then you're going to take the thermometer and insert it in its probe cover. Then turn the thermometer on by hitting the button on the thermometer and insert it in the patient's mouth. Have the patient lift up the tongue and then put it over and then keep the mouth closed. And then once the thermometer is done, it will beep. Once the thermometer beeps, take the thermometer out of the patient's mouth and read it. Then when you're done taking the temperature, be sure to remove the probe cover, clean the thermometer per your facility's protocol with alcohol prep, and doff your gloves, perform hand hygiene, and document the temperature. Another way you can take a temperature is through the ear via the tympanic membrane. So first, what you want to do, of course, is perform hand hygiene, get your thermometer, and with these type of thermometers, you want to use a probe filter. So place that just over the thermometer, turn your thermometer on, and you're going to insert this in the ear. For the adult, what you'll want to do is you want to take the pinna of the ear, pull it up and back. If your patient was less than 12 months of age, you would want to take the pinna and pull it down and back. So we're going to pull it up and back. We're going to insert the thermometer in the ear. Then we're going to hit the button to take the temperature. Just takes a second. Then we will read our thermometer and it will display the temperature right here. Then after reading the temperature, what you want to do is take the probe filter off and perform hand hygiene and clean your thermometer per your facility's protocol and document the temperature. A third way to take a temperature is through the armpit, the axilla. So to do that, what you want to do is get a digital thermometer, perform hand hygiene, make sure your thermometer is clean, and insert it into a probe cover. Then turn the thermometer on and lift up the person's arm. Place the tip of the thermometer directly into the armpit, not on the clothing. Have them close the armpit and hold the thermometer there until it beeps. Once the thermometer beeps, take it out and read it. After reading the thermometer reading, take the probe cover off, clean the thermometer, perform hand hygiene, and document. Another way to take a temperature is through the temporal artery. So to do that, of course, we want to perform hand hygiene, get our thermometer, and with this specific thermometer, it has a cap cover, so take it off. It does not have the little filters that go over it. Some models do. The manufacturer just recommends cleaning the thermometer. So make sure your thermometer is clean with alcohol prep or whatever your facility requires you to do. What we're going to do is we're going to hold in this button, keep it held. We're going to go to the middle of the forehead and swipe the thermometer across the forehead to the hairline and then release the button and read our temperature. Now, let's say that the patient was sweating, had a lot of sweat on their forehead. How we'd want to do that is, again, hold the button in, go to the middle of the forehead, sweep across to the hairline, and then go behind the ear and read our thermometer. Then clean your thermometer, recap it with the protective cover, perform hand hygiene, and document. Another way to check a temperature is rectally. So to do that, you want to perform hand hygiene and don gloves when checking a temperature this way. You want to get a thermometer and you want to make sure it's clean. Then insert the thermometer into a probe cover and then lubricate the tip of the thermometer. Then turn the thermometer on and have your patient positioned on their back with their knees bent. Then insert the thermometer into the rectum about 1 inch. Then remove the thermometer once it beeps. and read the temperature measurement. After reading the temperature, take the probe cover off, clean the thermometer, doff your gloves, perform hand hygiene, and document. Another way to take a temperature is through the skin using a temperature strip. And to do that, you want to perform hand hygiene, peel off your strip, and put it on the forehead. And after placing the strip, within 15 seconds, a dot will start to appear, and whatever turns green will be the temperature reading. Then once you have read the temperature, just take the strip off and dispose of it. Then perform hand hygiene and document. Now you may be asking yourself, which route is the most accurate? According to the experts, the rectum is the most accurate route to take a temperature. The least accurate route would be the skin or the armpit. So always use that as last resort. And whenever you take a temperature in the rectum, it's always going to read about a degree higher than the mouth. And if you take a temperature in the armpit, it's going to read about a degree less than the mouth.
Okay, thank you students. Actually by this lesson I hope that you can understand the temperature measurement in our human body in different methods. Okay, right? So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Okay, study well. Thank you.